cultural diversity within our community, and just heartbroken that maybe even just one victim might not come forward for help because of these hurtful comments.
Is there anything else you want to say? You look like you like, I don't know. I just feel like maybe you can speak to us more because you're up in Cache County. And the comments were specifically about the Latino community in Cache County at the meatpacking plant.
You know,
do you work with a lot of Latinos up there?
We do work a lot with the Latino community, and we've worked so hard to reach that community and gain their trust and make sure that our services are accessible to them and responsive to their culture. And they provide just such a rich heritage, and we just want to honor that. And the strength that they bring to Cache County is incredible. And so it's hurtful to think that maybe even one survivor would not get the help they need.
Did not mean to make you sorry.
So one of the things for me doing this work, and as I said, I've been working in social justice, doing advocacy for 35 years, and I think I walk around with a fair amount of compassion, and I've certainly gone through my fire walks. I've certainly have been marginalized myself, or have felt some form of oppression, but never once has the color of my skin or the skin of my children been brought to shame or brought into question. And no matter how long I do this work, no matter how many diversity trainings, I'll never know the accuracy of that pain. So it's so very important for, I think, the Latino community and other communities that have been marginalized to know that UDVC is reaching out to them. We need your help in crafting our policies, our procedures, our language around our training, that we can more accurately express the damage that these offensive things cause you and what causes barriers. I think so many people in this field, we walk with such compassion and we try so very, very hard. But if we're not working as allies, then we're just fooling ourselves that we really understand the damage. We need each other.
Thank you. Anything else I'm making out? Is there anything you guys want to ask?
Anybody, other questions?
I just think that this press conference truly needs to end highlighting that domestic violence does not respect race, does not respect socioeconomic status. The domestic violence happens between men and women, women and men, and our job and our commitment is to all domestic violence victims. This is just one example, a sad example of a community being marginalized, but I think any community in the state of Utah needs to know that the leaders that are heading the movement of domestic violence are willing to take the risk and to step up and to call individuals, agencies, and political powers to not allow more abuse to take place. Abuse is not just defined by a black eye. Abuse can take place in communities at large when we allow, as a community and as leaders, this type of remarks. And so I think, unfortunately, the Latino community today was hit again. And we were the punch bag again. But I think that we cannot just foster in anger and hate. We need to move forward, and we need to take this experience and turn it into something full of hope. And I think this experience can translate into every single community member to know that we care and that we're willing to use our power, our privilege, our names, our titles to step up the plate and to make sure that these individuals are treated with respect and dignity.
Thank you.
Questions?
And I think it'll be important for you guys to know who is in the audience today. We have Pablo Telechea, and he is the chair of the COLAVI, the only Latino coalition against domestic violence that serves the whole state of Utah. We have
Christopher Serrano from the Disability Law Center.
We have Kendra Wyckoff.
Kendra Wyckoff, Education Coordinator for the Utah Domestic Violence Council.
And Mark, I cannot pronounce your name. So these are some of the mayors.
Sanctuary.
South Valley
Member of the Board
Sanctuary.
of Trustees.
And Nuria Serrano, a member of the community at large.
Yes, I am a Latina also. I think we deserve the same respect. That's all.
Amen. Thank you.
I have a question, because New Hope Crisis put out a statement about it, and they were kind of vague. They said that the matter's being addressed and future steps will be taken to avoid any further damage or hard feeling. They apologize for the harmful comments, and they look forward to moving past it, is basically the gist of all of that. But does that, I mean, I know you really can't speak to them, but what does that mean? Does that mean that she might be on probation, that she might resign? Does she?
I have no idea. You know, I think it's a difficult situation. I know this is somebody that has worked really, really hard, but again, we have a responsibility and we have a commitment to accountability as well. So I think that's something that has to be discussed at that level.
I was just curious. I know they said she was at a conference in Midway. I know there's a
Yes.
sexual assault, right, today? Conference or no?
The, crime victims
Crime victims
yes.
So yeah, because one of the, I mean, our website at ABC4 has tons